回覧ユリズサラとおたちカイザムセとベルア
カイザムデサラとユウトシヤトトンサトチウシレグツーグコスキサオサラエオペルアカイザンアサキカエサラトアヤーリアトルールータタユーリタサチヨーリョ
カイラム
押してキルタチエクグギリスアーガイウカヤーリそれでカイザムチ
チロンデク
Oh, well, that's swell.
ウラフォトサラタインタゾスローであった
There were many hardships, my friend.
とカイザンセテ鉄砂漠ボレトリオーリ
I appreciate the offer, but I'll have to pass. My wish, well, it kind of has to take care of itself.
ホーサーアンダラレル袖絵より
I think he just gave us an order.
A new wish. Fine. I want you to make rule 0. And it's gonna say that if people don't like a rule, they can vote to change it.
A splendid idea.
ヨーリサロ
エルバチスチタ
ペルアトルトシオンジワクレタイペルアトタトだアンダサンキトチチチテトエオカイザムサラトアシエテキッタコスキウカ
Thanks, but I think you're forgetting someone.
ケワタタ
Hey,
Yeah, learn anything? Nope. We're just gonna do it. What? What do you want? Sorry, I hate to be rude to a king.
sure. What?
Just try not to get yourself kidnapped again, hmm?
Hey, we got another verse thing. Isn't that fucking swell?
I'm worried about Yona. Let's go back.
Well, if we must.
Hi there.
Yeah, sure, yeah. A phrase starts with an S, and then there's an E. Sealed verse. Oh my god! It's a sealed verse. The thing I'm looking for, the key to saving my little girl. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. D-R-E-A-M. Dream, what? What does that mean? It's almost as if I'm in one. The lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it! I can't make it out. I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me. But instead, I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I parse out the letters that make up his final words. Forest of Myth. The next morning. Though with this game, they could have gone 800 years in the future and it'd be fine. What's up, child?
Oh.
I know you have weird dreams. Do you?
Oh, you're back.
Get ready, stomach. My child's about to kill me. Accept the quest. Fucking, we're never gonna do that quest. Sorry, guys. Nope. I do know that there are some required quests I have to do to... For some reason, apparently, to get an ending in this game, I gotta, like, get every weapon in the game or some shit like that. So, I'm eventually gonna have to do that stuff. But I'm gonna put a little bit...
Food for a home-cooked meal, hmm?
You got something to say?
Oh, no, nothing at all.
Look, I know Yona's not a 4-star chef or anything, but she puts her heart into it, and I love her for it.
It's too bad she's fucking garbage.
Only a real jerk wouldn't appreciate the effort. What kind of father do you think I am?
Did you hear me imply anything of the sort?
I guess not.
Just, well, good luck.
Yeah.
What's up, Popula? Dearest Popula! Certain dream issue of concern. Recently, there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream. Fucking stop. Don't worry about it, I gotta go there anyway. See you later, Papa Didapa Doodle. Turns out the final boss of the game, she just busts up and starts throwing books at me. She's like, yo, fuck your books. Fuck these books. And fuck you and your child. There we go. Ow. Onwards, adventure, forest, myth, whatever the fuck this is gonna be. Onwards to a new area of adventure and stuff. Yo, what's up? How you doing? Oh, God! Come back here. Oh, you ain't getting away after that bullshit. Damn it, I'm too slow. Come back! Are you just gonna run forever? Oh, you tripped! You done, son! You done! You done! I don't even want your meat. I'm just wanting to kill you. You fucking sheep. Leave me alone. I have important business, like having a teleporting wife over here who has... Her outfit's really bad. Every time I think about how she just has nothing in the ass area, I'm like, why?
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm sure of it.
That's what I love about you, Vice. You're such an optimist.
That's cheek.
Not gonna lie, the dynamic and the just straight back and forth between man and book has been pretty on point. Yo, what's up, old man? Beware the words. Contagious words. Words that kill. Can you speak them to me? Hold a moment, there's a strange new sensation. Weiss's voice rose in a quizzical way. It is not quizzical. What's going on here? The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes. Perhaps we should start by asking this man. Who are you? I'm KZ. This is Vice. We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help. Ignore the train. The villager stared at KZ and Vice. If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream. How's that again? The villager explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream, has spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever in the world in their own dreams. The village mayor determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words. Before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly. Now see here, he said, are you saying we've been absorbed into your dream? Yeah, I think, yeah, that sounds great. Oh crap, I said. So this means we've caught the Death Dream? Before the mayor could confirm my suspicion, Vice exploded with rage. Ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep. I'm a fucking book! The mayor attempted to take Vice's complaints in stride. That's just how the Death Dream works, man. Don't fucking question this shit. My remark shall not be brushed aside, fool. And it would behoove you to remember that this world allows me to view all of its narration. The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, and then quickly changed the subject to me, to who I'd seen, and what they had discussed since coming to the village. Something there must have caused you to enter my dream, said the mayor. A certain conversation, a specific word, something. We racked our brains. It was the page, the thing. Gwimvar Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations. Then what the fuck has your fucking dialogue been for like 80% of the LP right now? The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride. It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gas bag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly. Irritated, Vice looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens. I was doing no such thing! I'm a fucking book! Go away! The anger created by his harsh words bled over to KZ like a contagion. Wait! Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside. What do you mean pushing it aside? Fucking is like, fuck this book! Go back to the library! Well, he must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What was it? It was about dreaming or something that dreams, or what the hell was it? A sheep! Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Casey's face lit up. I remember! Those who dream. That's what he said. At this moment, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket, flipped through them a few times, finally nodding his approval at KZ. That's right! He said, a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mention something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. Even fucking death dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research such a disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps you should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping it off at the tip. I've tried to escape. For the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream. I've been looking for a way out. I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream. If there's an exit, I'd fucking know by now. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said, to no one in particular. And it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. With a sponge. Sponge. The mayor's voice took out a note of steely determination. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Casey nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Why are you Look, we can't be any help. I did not just say that! Silence! Cried Weiss. The Grimoire looked from Casey to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident. Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it, but yet you seem surprised to see us. The mayor raised his head, realization dawning. Oh my god, you're right, you're right! I had no idea you were coming. Would you like some dinner? The human imagination is the limitless engine, said Weiss. And dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you. I don't know how to repay. Payment is not required. We're eager as you to be out of here. The mayor suddenly felt as though he could breathe. He'd almost forgotten what it was like to breathe. It's kind of weird because he's alive. He needs to breathe to live. Count on you, go do it. As KZ slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. Never heard of deja vu before. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? KZ's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of this place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But then again, this game also used to have a budget, but now we're a apparently choose-your-own-adventure text game. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once, He'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging KZ to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept in navigating the environment, KZ snapped. You know what, Vice? Go to hell! We're stopping! I need to rest for a few minutes before I throw up! KZ leaned back against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid force be so goddamn big? He muttered to himself. The moment the trees tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. As if infuriated by his lack of respect, every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out with a volume that rattled his teeth. KZ slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard, Vice! What the hell is going on? KZ could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insect screamed, the force howled, and then just as KZ's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, KZ removed a hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, KZ began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random. It's not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out. They were asking a question. 1 with it suffers. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages? Is this a riddle? I guess so. That kind of thing happens a lot in dreams, right? Maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it suffers, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? A woman! There are plenty of things in this world that can be difficult to handle, but one can drive me to my wit's end. It's a woman! Vice's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. When KZ came to, he was once again surrounded by the sounds of insects. Cries of insects were creating words that he had heard somewhere before. 1 with the suffers to... Okay. It's a riddle! And I was wrong. No, the answer is... How the hell should I know? Oh, great. This shit again. Yes, absolutely. Great, I fucking picked the wrong one. The answer is a secret. Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, KZ sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret, right? The sounds of insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before KZ, like a rippling wave opening a new path. These forest anthropods are making a road for us, said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, KZ moved on with new intensity. What's going on? The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Hold on. I'm glad I made tea before this. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? I said after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, KZ picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Vice. Now answer it. He's right, this one is pretty easy. I enter through a window, but I break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. Sunlight. You enter through a window, it doesn't break glass, and you're not around at night. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I've misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look! Cried KZ, awaking Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Maybe they got a Taco Bell. I really want Taco Bell now. I gotta go there. I'm gonna leave this recording and go get it. That's weird, isn't it? Said Vice. Or, that's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house in this fucking dream? KZ walked over, pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open, and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began KZ, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, and I end the night with 3. What am I? I've heard this one before, but I forget what it is. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose so. A man. Maybe it's like... Alright, so a man would wake up four legs in the morning because he's like crawling out of bed. And 2 when he's walking around, and at night he has 3 because maybe he's got a boner. Yeah! Boners! You're the mayor, cried KZ. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Why am I sudden southern now? Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. What? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the death dream. You must go to the man at the entrance of the forest. KZ watched a mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from his existence. When KZ and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as they caught sight of the deal, he sprang on his feet, scrambled over to him. Good gravy! He cried. You made it! You made it back! His left hand grasped KZ's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge it from its socket. Then I grabbed my sword and fucking beat the shit out of him. Not really. God, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! I've not even told you if we're successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. He withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the seal, I guess. And his face was happy. The tale was done. The 3 of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Wait a second, that's crazy. How would we just lay down and go to sleep? What? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Please. Please. Have you forgotten? It is words that control the death dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. Well. They might have to sleep for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had slightly more real quality. KZ shook the mayor's shoulders gently. Good news, he said. We made it. We did it. You two have no idea what this means. Death dreams started to spread through the village, and it was good. The mayor started to stand. And without a word, the fighter... Yeah. Real life mistakes I'm getting used to. Ha 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 ha. You'll learn in short order, said Vice. Go return to your home. Some village... Oh, God. We gotta do this again? Okay, I get it. Alright, cool. Cool, I get it. Deja vu, yeah, I get ya. Well. We gotta do that again. Well. Nah, that kinda makes sense we were being led here. But why? And for what purpose?